Hello, all you lovely people. Ellie here, and I know I've had some questions about like my life, pretty much. So today's video is going to be different than the rest. It's going to be a little bit of an update, but it's also going to be about my life. Like, I'm going to explain to you guys pretty much everything, just not in a triggering way or anything. It's not going to be in great detail, but yeah. So I'm going to add a little bit of a disclaimer on this. This is your trigger warning. I will be talking about trauma. I will be talking about miscarriage. I'll be talking about what I went through with my trauma. Nothing's going to be in detail, but there is going to be mention of rape, sexual assault, and abuse. So if you're not in a good headspace or a good mindset or anything, please do not watch this video. Like I said, it's not going to be in great detail, but there is going to be some mention of it. Okay, so first I'm going to go ahead with the update. An update on our system. Everybody's doing good. Our mental health is better. We've been super busy. That's why it's been 3 weeks since we've made a video or an update or anything. We've been really busy lately. We're doing good. We're on a break from school right now. We're still working and everything, and yeah, everything's been good. We've just been really busy. So now that that's out of the way, let's get on to who we are, who I am, things like that in our life. So if you're new to our channel, hi, welcome. We are the House of Night System. We are a diagnosed dissociative identity disorder system. It's formerly known as multiple personality, but that's an outdated term. That term's not used anymore. It's now dissociative identity disorder. Yeah. So dissociative identity disorder, or DID, stems from prolonged childhood trauma between the ages of 5 and 9. So in order for a system to form, you have to go through prolonged trauma as a child, which we have been. In our childhood, we've been abused, we've been bullied, we've been raped. We went through a lot as a child. So that's what made our DID form. Now, after the age of 9, alters can still form. You can be diagnosed after the age of 9, but after the age of 9, DID doesn't form. So it has to happen between 5 and 9. But after 9, more alters can form. So like some of our alters, Alice, Stevie Ray, Damien, Zoe, they've all formed after the age of 9. So in our teenage years, from the time we were, I want to say it started at 14. I don't have a lot of memories of our childhood. I have more memories from our teenage years. We went through a lot. We had an abusive boyfriend who would physically harm us at 14. And we were also going through a lot at that time too. My great grandma had gotten sick, and she was passing away. We were going through some abuse at home, and from the ages of 14 to 19, we were being raped and tortured. Yeah. At 14, I also ended up pregnant, and with my first daughter, Elizabeth. I miscarried her at 5 months. I was 5 months pregnant when I miscarried her. Then at 16, we had another abusive boyfriend who was physically, emotionally, mentally abusive towards us. I'm not going to go into detail about that because that was just, it was really bad. At 16, we also got pregnant with our second child, our son, Jeremy. We ended up miscarrying him at 5 months as well. 18, again, from 16 to 18, we had multiple abusive boyfriends, mentally, emotionally, physically. We were also going through abuse at home. We also went through, during these times, my little brother getting diagnosed with cancer. He got diagnosed with with cancer. So my little brother got diagnosed with cancer November 11th, 2016. He was diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic T-cell leukemia. And shortly after that diagnosis, we found out my mom was pregnant again, and my baby brother was diagnosed with trisomy 18. So my little brother with cancer, we went through all of that. He is in remission. He no longer is on chemo. August 2000, he actually got to stop chemo, and earlier this year, 2021, he got his port removed, so he no longer has that, which is really awesome. He is doing amazing. He is happy and healthy and living his best life. Unfortunately for my little brother, my baby brother with trisomy 18, he was born and passed on the same day. We did get to hold him and take pictures with him and say our goodbyes. But yeah. So when I turned 18, I fell pregnant again with my second daughter, my third child, Callie. Yes, she's named after Grey's Anatomy. And I miscarried her at 5 months as well. And during that time, we had met our wife, and her and I had started dating. I had also been kicked out of my home shortly afterwards by my parents, and I was homeless. We were homeless for a while. We were homeless for about 3 or 4 months, so it's not as long as others, but it was still a lot for us. I also struggled with an eating disorder. I struggled with self-harm. I struggled with a lot of things, a lot of mental health things. We actually got taken in by a very, very dear friend of ours during those 3 months, and we stayed with her for about a month. And then we moved across country to where we are now to be with my now wife. We've been here for about 3 years now, and we've been with our wife for 3 years and married a year, which is awesome. But yeah, so that's a little bit about our life. Now I'm going to talk about our reborns, because I've gotten some questions on that about why we have them. So like I mentioned earlier, I've had 3 miscarriages. So a reborn is like a therapy doll, kind of. And they're also for a hobby. Like, a lot of people collect them just for fun. But I have them because I've had 3 miscarriages. So they help with that. It kind of fills that hole that's empty inside my heart. It does not, however, replace my 3 babies that I lost. It does not. Like, nothing can ever replace those 3 babies that I lost. They were and are my world. But Rowan and Brindley help me cope with that loss. It's like having a baby that will never grow up. And a lot of people are like, well, wouldn't that just hurt more? Some days, yeah. Some days it hurts more, but most of the time it really helps, especially on the days when it's supposed to be their due dates, their birthdays. I can hold Rowan, and I can cuddle her, and I can feel that newborn weight and that newborn smell and that newborn touch, and feel like I'm closer to my babies in a way, which actually really, really helps. So that's why I have Rowan and Brinley. They're my babies. And yes, I know they're dolls. I know they're fake. But I do treat them as if they are real. I'm not crazy. I've even told my therapist about it. My therapist doesn't think I'm crazy. She doesn't think I need to be in a mental institution or anything. She's perfectly fine with it, okay? Just disclaimer. But yes, I do treat them like they're real. I dress them, I bathe them, I feed them bottles, I change their clothes, I sleep with them. I treat them as if they're real. And I want to give a shout out to Shell Bell, because she made this awesome app called Babysit Me. It's a Babysit Me Reborn app, and it simulates a real baby. So she just came out with an update, which is really awesome, with routines now for each age group. So there's a newborn, a 0 to 3, 6 month, 12 month plus, you know, all kinds. And you can select these new routines, and it will go through, like I bought the reborn one, or the newborn one. So the newborn one will go through all the different things that a real newborn would do: sleep, cry, feeding, changing, spit up, diaper explosion, all that good stuff, being burped. And it tells you when they need these things. And then it also tells you when they're asleep and when they're awake, and it makes the noises that a real newborn makes, which is really awesome. So thank you, Shell Bell, for that, because that is amazing. It's amazing. It's amazing. If you have a reborn, definitely go check it out. It's for Androids and iPhones, so you don't have to worry about if you don't have one or the other, if you can't get the app, whatever, you can. You do have to pay for it, but that's completely okay, because she works very, very hard on these apps. Like, she works really hard. She puts in a lot of effort and a lot of time into these apps. So, and it's not that expensive at all. But yeah, so go check out the app if you are a reborn parent, and let me know how you like it. I absolutely love it. It's amazing. I don't know what I would do without it, to be honest. But yeah, I hope that answers some of your questions about like why I have the reborns, and what I went through, and how DID forms and what it is. But yeah, say hi. Say hi, my lovely. She's just woke up. It's all right. But yeah. So a little bit more information about our headmates, just so you can get a better understanding of our system. Each one of the headmates holds a different trauma. So they hold a different trauma memory than another. So like Alice has a different trauma memory than I do. I have a different trauma memory than Bella does. And each one of us sees the trauma a bit differently. We cope with it differently. And some of the headmates are actually the age that the trauma occurred. So our littles, their ages are when the trauma occurred. But take, for example, Alice. Alice is not the age our trauma occurred. Alice is 16, but our trauma occurred last year. And John is 23. But of course, our trauma didn't occur at 23 because the body's not even 23 years old yet. The body just turned 22. So it's really interesting. And we all have our own likes and dislikes and personalities, and our own favorite colors and ages and birthdays and tastes and reactions to allergies and things like that, which is actually really interesting for us. We also all have our own mental health diagnoses. So while we all have under the collective PTSD and DID, there are some of us that have other things. So, and we all have depression and anxiety, but some of us do have other things. So like, one of our littles has pica, and sensory processing disorder. Some of us have more severe anxiety and depression than others. What else? Some of us have BPD and some of us don't. So yeah. What else? I think that's pretty much it for right now. But yeah, I know some of you watch my videos, especially my wife's co-workers. So if you ever have any questions, comment down below and I will answer them. You're not going to offend me. You're not going to upset me. I am open to any and all questions there are that you have. So please leave the comment down below. Let me know what you're thinking. Let me know what you want to know. Let me know what you want to see in my videos. Yeah, I'm not going to get mad. I'm not going to get irritated or upset or frustrated at your comments. I will do the best of my, I will answer them to the best of my ability. But thank you for watching and thank you for supporting me. I really, really appreciate it. And I'm hoping to make more videos. I'm hoping to make at least one video a week. As long as life doesn't get too busy again. Yeah. Oh, another update is we went and got our nose pierced. We got our nails done. We did get our eyebrows done finally. So maybe our little altar will stop pulling them out. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we did find, where's it at? Okay, so the House of Night novels by PC and Kristen Cast. We found almost the entire set the other day at Second and Charles, for really cheap, really, really cheap. And we are super excited because we have fictives from the books. These books really honestly saved our life, in our teenage years. And we also kind of named our system after these books, the House of Night. The House of Night system, House of Night novels, you know. So yeah, it's so cool. If you have not read them, you really seriously need to go check them out because they are amazing. If you love vampires, and not the Twilight kind, not the stereotypical kind, but like actual, you would never know they're vampires unless they showed you vampires, go check them out. Magic, vampires, romance, a little bit of drama. If you like all that, go check them out because they are amazing, 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 amazing. Yes, we used to have the whole collection and then we moved from our last place to here and we weren't able to bring them with us. So we had to go rebuy them, but that's okay. That's okay. I'm hoping to get the whole entire, like the rest of the series, because I'm missing like 3 or 4 of the main books, and then I'm missing the fledgling handbook and the novellas that go with them. So yeah, but I'm really excited. Go check them out. Go check them out. Go check them out. But yeah, so remember, you are worthy. You are loved. You are amazing. Take your meds, drink some water, eat something. And I love you guys, and I will see you next time.